Welcome to a Vanguard news video without the bullshit. Let's get started. Tomorrow will be Aichi's birthday. Expect your Twitter feed to be full of pictures of die-hard fans setting up over $300 worth of food to their trap's shrine. Here are the next set sleeves and deck holders to be released. Different fight size were set on only one thing today. Bushiroad gave Tachikaze a new mechanic called Armed Gauge. It works like a soul charge but for rear guards. You place the top card of your deck under a rear guard unit face down. They revealed 3 cards. To give an idea on how this mechanic works, Sonic Noah gives a rear guard it boosted or armed gauge. And if your attack hits, while this is around, you can retire another unit to draw a card. Assault Dragon Blightops lets you add 2 armed gauges it had when retired. Overlord the clan players will think twice before killing it. And Tyrant Deathrex gets 10k power for every armed gauge the unit you retired for its cost, while also getting to retire an opponent's rear guard in the front row. And here are some Q&A on armed gauges. A unit will lose its armed gauges when it gets locked. When placing the card from top deck to a rear guard face down as armed gauge, you cannot reveal or check it until it's properly placed. Only the original owner can look at the armed gauge, your opponent cannot, even if they dominate the unit. There are no limits to the amount of armed gauges a unit can gain. You cannot place the armed gauge as a rear guard gained elsewhere, and must be under that unit at all times. The order of the gauge doesn't matter. Armed gauges are attached to your rear guards. When you move or intercept them, the gauge moves with them. Cards like Still Vampire and Raimiel reversed will cause the armed gauge to be sent to the drop zone during timing checks, because they cannot exist on certain places like the damage zone or Vanguard circle. Because armed gauges cannot be seen by the opponent, they cannot activate a dominated Blightops' skill, because armed gauges are the property of the original owner. That concludes this Vanguard news video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if you're salty that Tachikaze's new mechanic is too early in the reboot's life cycle.